Hi guys, how you doing? Happy, what's this? Tuesday morning. This is March 24th. Almost say October. This is March 24th, 2020. I'm coming to you at a time, I don't know when you'll be listening to this. Hope sorry for that break. And 2 weeks after when the governor decided that it was okay to do it, then it was already at maybe 7,000 cases in a week. And these things is happening more and more. And this thing is spreading out of control and it's getting crazy. So you know, we are holding strain here in New York City. I know wherever you are in the world, this is affecting you. And yesterday I did a podcast about being panicking or positioning, and someone said, Lauren, I heard your podcast, but expound on that a little bit more. How do we position? How do we position when so many things are happening? With, you know, jobs are being lost, people are sick. What are the best things to do? What are your two main things? What do you think we need to do something, but we want to make sure that, you know, we are approaching this correctly? And everybody's situation in specific ways is different, but that's a very good question. That's a very good question. It's a question I grapple with myself. It's something that I've been thinking about for a week. And everybody froze. I think everybody froze. I have some really powerful people, virtual mentors that I follow, that I listen to, and I think it caught everybody off guard. And even the best of the best who should have an opinion in times like these were doing their regular content, and so other people were just doing bonus issues like giving you discounts on their programs, and they weren't taking a direct look at it because everybody pretty much freeze, and everybody's still, I think, preparing their response, because the reaction is natural and immediately you want to just say, okay, let me stop, let me shut down right now, I don't know what's happening, let me take care of my family, let me take care of myself, let me get off the streets. That is the natural reaction. But then the response is what is just coming out now, like about 7 days after, 10 days after, because look, it don't matter how you hear we speak, it don't matter what you see we go on with, we all have our insecurities, and we are human beings. And when something terrible happens, when the life as we know it, when the height and the stage and the steps we're on are being removed from us, when the things that we were used to are gone, when those are gone, then you know, we naturally get into a different state, and it's not easy, and everybody don't have it all figured out. I always say to you that everybody don't have it all figured out. We're constantly trying to figure it out. Figuring it out is a way of life. It's not a part of life. You don't figure it out and it's all good. There's always something there to figure out, to analyze, to work through. So people's response is just coming down. People have different responses, and they might be specific to their audience or specific to you. Depends at a particular point in time that you are. But my two most, I'm probably pressed to bring it to two. But the first thing is to try to stay healthy, because if you're not healthy, if you don't feel good, you can't do good. If you don't feel well, you can't do well. You have to try to stay healthy, however possible that it is. Do what you can. Don't be naive about it. Don't think that it's a fluke, or it happened to young people, or it happened to old people, or the Chinese made it, or the government is trying to population control. None of that will help you. All that is just, whether or not it is true, you have no control over that. You still have to live in the world. There's no flight going to Mars tomorrow morning, or the moon, you know, saying, look, I'm fed up with these guys, let's go to the moon and hang out over there at Mars. This is the world. You have to live in the world. The level of control that you have is the level of control that you have. Some things are just not in your power, like they are not in the president's power, not like they are not in the World Health Organization power. Some things are not in your power, and the things that are not in your power, you learn how to adjust and work your way around those. That's a great thing about human beings. You find a way to take the burden off yourself and to find a way to make it happen for you and to continue to run your life. So don't be caught up and be dumb, to be frozen. Don't be locked up and clogged up and jittery and about what you can't control, about the conspiracy theories, whether they are true or not, and all the other things that's going on over there. It doesn't help, you know. Like, I hear people talk about that. We spend hours talking about that, and we never spend half an hour to take up a book so we can do something about that. If the Chinese made it, if anybody else, if they want it to spread, if they're doing this to crash the economy, let's just for argument's sake that they're doing it. There are people who are going to find a way to survive despite all of that. People who are not friends with these guys who are doing it, if they're doing it. If you get what I mean. So there are people who are still going to make it happen. That's what you want to concern yourself with. Whether or not this is a natural disaster and people are totally independent of it, like meaning nobody contributed to this or did anything in the form of originating this whole plan, or whether or not people did, how am I going to survive? How am I going to thrive? How am I going to get this done? Like, there are theories about 9/11, there are theories about World War II, there are theories about the Great Depression. There will always be theories, but the knowledge of those, or the constant using your time to regurgitate those and think about those and cursing out the powers that be, never helps. You have to now live your life, and what you do with your life is going to be what matters. What you do with your life is going to be what matters. And then these theories will come up again after the lull period. Nobody did anything, like 2008 when they said, oh, the people crashed the economy, and there are 13 years when there was nothing to blame the people for, and people thrived and put themselves in positions. As we speak, there are people who are holed up in their penthouses, holed up in their mansions, with their kids being taught, taken care of, money still being made. They're happy. They're taking care of their families. They have enough cash to ride out 5 years of this baby. They get the inside information and everything. If something could go wrong, they have the best doctors to talk to on call. If something could go wrong, they have the best lawyers, best insurance, best everything at their disposal and in their resource toolbox to get to. And they can ride it out. It's not comfortable for them, but it is better for them than for the majority of people. How? Because they were not paying attention to every other thing that's out there. They were focusing on how they can make their life better, and they were working consistently and persistently on that. And that's what you need to be doing. So the first thing, you have to stay healthy. You have to find a way to try your best to do whatever it needs to be done to stay healthy and to keep yourself okay. Take the necessary precautions. I said that yesterday. Take the necessary precautions. And the second thing while you're doing that is to manage your state. Most important thing when it comes on to after health, managing your state. And that's what I meant when I spoke of panic or positioning. You have to manage your state. There's a time for you to freeze up, to be historical, to be hoarding, to be calling everybody. Is past. You got 8 days, 10 days for that. Now it's time to manage your state, to start to look ahead, to start to reflect. Naturally, you might be in a position where the boss say that you should go home, and they might cut you, and you might not know how this is going to work out. The thing that you planned or what you have invested in might start to look different. Everything might change. You might lose a lot of money. Your 401k might be cut in half. Your stock portfolio might be slapped. Many different things could go through you and happen to you at this point in time. So the importance of managing your estate now become extremely crucial. Managing your estate. Being able to stay clear, to stay focused, to stay believing, to stay confident in time like this. To believe that you can get it back, you can figure it out. There will be opportunities, and you'll be one of those front runners in these opportunities. Managing your estate, believing that this will be okay, and this will blow over. We'll ride this through. I have the power and the strength to ride this through. What are the things I need to be doing? What adjustments I need to make? What sacrifices I need to make? What need to go through the door? What do I need to give up to get this thing behind me, to position myself to win at the end of the day when the smoke clears? The smoke is gonna clear. Or you might have to move in the smoke. What's your strategy? The planning. If you're fearful, if you freeze up, you're not gonna plan. You're gonna be going around in circles, doing the mental rehearsing, calling everybody, cursing out this, worrying about that, blaming, complaining, whining, and all your time will go into that. And while you are doing that, other people will be moving. Other people are like, okay, let me try this out. Oh, that didn't work. All right, let me spend 2 weeks doing this. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, whoa, this looked like it was working. And the thing that I did last week that didn't work, I learned that though, so let me apply it over here. Wow, this could go well. Well, it's starting slow, but I'm listening to this guy who said that, hey, you know, it started slow, but if you give it this X and that, or if you need to do this, or if I go there and get this tool or this information, it could pick up. What are you going to do? Now that you're probably laid off, or now you see how fragile it is on a paycheck, how do you build a side hustle? What side hustles are possible? What need is going to arise in the marketplace now? How can I position myself to fill some of those needs and get paid? Because of course it's not going to be business as usual. Of course it's not going to be settling. Of course you are behind. Of course your plans have been smashed. Of course your goalposts have to be moved. Of course your goals have to be, the timing on your goals have to be adjusted. All that stuff. But it's life. You still have life. What you gonna do? There's this old saying when I was growing up that life is what happened while you're planning. There's always interruptions in life. Nobody knows. Nobody have a crystal ball. What you do, you move on a system of belief and you try to manifest that. And when the trouble come, when the disruption come, you adjust yourself. You adjust, but you gotta stay in the fight, because 5 years from now, you're gonna be regretting not staying in there. Or you will see people who started out way after you, or people who are in the same position as you are, manage to make themselves better off. So you have to believe that, look, time is gonna pass anyway. So, and I have a good handle, I have a good say, I play into what my outcomes and my results will be. I have a part to play in that. And I must do something if I want to affect my outcome. And if you do something, if you believe that you are not at an effect, but you can affect life, if you believe that you can choose your path and have a real influence on the direction that your life goes in, then you will, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, thank yourself. You'll be proud of yourself for doing it. So manage your state is the number one thing. After you try to stay healthy, as you're trying to stay healthy, we're talking about now mental, the physical part, and also the mental part. You gotta have that positive outlook and that mental outlook on life. You have to have that settling belief in your belly that, look, will I be among those winners? Ready to ride, guys? Let's ride this through. Keep that positive feeling. Stop dosing yourself up on that crap that doesn't help you. Use 5 minutes to get the information. I did that this morning. I used 5 minutes to get information. I jump on New York Times, jump on ABC Online, bam, 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 bam. NBC Online, I think it was. Looked at it, read a couple of things. Took me when I was having my coffee, then I'm out of that. Now I'm going to learn. Now I'm going to strategize. Now I'm going to make plans. Now I'm going to take action. 5 minutes. I tell people all the time. They say, oh, gotta watch the news to know what's going on. Okay, fine. 5 minutes. You know where I learned that? I learned that when I was doing this trek in the mornings. I had a 15-minute trek on the Northern State Parkway. There's this new radio station, I think called, I don't remember what it was called, something 13. And it was pretty much showing you that they do the news in 13. Okay, so I was listening to this news in 13 and I realized that after 13 minutes, that 13 minutes turned into the whole day, but it was the same 13 minutes. News, my friends, what you're watching and listening to all day is a 13 minutes exercise at most. Take your 13 minutes, watch the news, and don't watch the regurgitation and the split tests and the spins and the rework of the thing to keep you watching. Because that's what the media companies, they can't afford for everybody to turn off the TV after. They make no money. So they have to now package it in such a way that they give you different versions of it, different take, different splits, different talk about the same thing. You don't need to worry about that. Once you get the news, coronavirus is X. It is happening X. The government has planned to do Y. This thing is happening. Go learn, go produce, go work, go figure out, go plan, go strategize. Tomorrow morning, you want it again? Fine, go. And move on with your day. It's 24 hours. Take 15 minutes out. Nothing is wrong with that. But your friends will hear. You can mention it a couple of times to those who are in the circle, but don't get on your phone and spend hours and the entire day regurgitating that, sending that out, tweeting, Facebooking, emailing, calling about. That's a waste of your time. Let your friends consume it for themselves. And then you get on, do what you're supposed to do. Manage your state. The question is, when the smoke clears, there will be winners. There will be winners. The question is, will you be in the winner's box? Thank you guys. Always a pleasure. Appreciate it. Go win. Don't consume your life away. Start to produce. Have a